So have you had a lipid panel done recently since you've been on this? Have you noticed
Oh,
a change?
I have, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I've had a heart attack. I've had bypass surgery.
Yeah, I want you to talk about this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had a heart attack at age 33. Okay, that was a long time ago, and so I've been seeing a cardiologist regularly for over 30 years. 30 years. So I've got records of all my blood work that's
Consistently.
for forever, and I've been on statin drugs forever.
Are you still on statin drugs
I am
now?
still on statin
Okay.
drugs, and mainly for the protective thing for the heart. I'm not one of the people that has problems taking statins.
Okay.
Some people can't take them. If I could get off of them, maybe I might consider doing that. I'm not against trying to get off of those. But even on statin drugs, my cholesterol numbers were not good.
Really?
They were not good. They were down to where like a normal person's cholesterol would be on heavy doses of statin drugs. And yeah, and so I mean, my blood is like molasses if I'm not on blood thinners and statin.
So you're on a blood thinner too?
Yeah, I take Plavix and
Okay.
aspirin.
Okay.
But I have for years,
Okay.
years. But that didn't prevent me
From having another heart attack.
No, I didn't have a heart
Oh.
attack. I was, my wife and I were out walking in a big thick snow about 7 years ago. We had a foot of snow here, and I was just walking around and I thought, I'm doing 2 days a week of CrossFit. I'm working out regularly, and I shouldn't be this tired.
Oh.
I was out in the snow walking, and I said, I think I need to go see my cardiologist. And I went to see him, and I told him how I was feeling, and he's been my same cardiologist for 20 some years. And he said, you know what, I think it's time. Yeah. I said, oh, I knew what he meant. He said, you're going to get cracked open and new vessels. And so it was like, okay, well, let's do it. Let's go, let's get it done. And I did, and I've done great with it. But my arteries were full, and at that time I'm doing the low fat diets.
Yeah.
When I had my heart attack, I was on a low fat diet, I ate less than 10 grams of fat
Oh, wow.
a day,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's actually what triggered my heart attack.
I think so too.
Was the low fat. That and my genetics.
So you had how many, like what did they do? What did
5 bypasses, 5 vessels.
Wow.
Bypass. I think they would have done 7, but it probably had a tea time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I had 5 vessels, and but right after that is when I started exploring, different diets. I knew that the carbs were bad, and I was already cutting that out some, but I didn't get to the keto part until a little bit later.
So what are your numbers now compared since you've been keto?
Yeah,
Are they pretty
well,
good?
They are, and now I'm also on Repatha, which is a recombinant DNA injectable statin drug.
Okay.
It's a wonderful drug. My numbers lowered when I started taking that really low, but as my cardiologist, I had to point out to my cardiologist when I started the ketogenic diet, my total cholesterol dropped like a rock.
Ooh.
Yeah, and like my LDL, which is the bad one,
Right.
dropped to like 19.
That's probably not good either, though, is it?
Well, some people say that's too low.
Yeah.
My cardiologist says I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, my cardiologist says, but you're on Repatha. I said, but I've been on Repatha for 3 years, and look at my numbers back then. They weren't that good. As soon as I got on the ketogenic diet, my blood numbers dropped dramatically. I mean, they improved dramatically. Right. My HDL went up.
Good.
And LDLs went down. Triglycerides,
Yeah, where are
like
they at?
25.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's low. And you think, how can that be if you're eating bacon and eggs every day?
I know. It's weird.
And steaks. And so if the answer is pretty simple, your liver makes 80% of your cholesterol that's in your body. And if your liver senses that you're not getting enough cholesterol, it will make more. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not giving my liver a chance to make cholesterol.
Good.
I'm going to eat it, and my numbers have dropped because my liver is not making cholesterol anymore. And I actually had a liver ultrasound this morning.
Really?
Yeah, and everything was fine. Ketogenic diet can promote gallstones, and I do have gallstones. I found that out this morning too.
Okay.
So, but there are ways there are things that you can do about that.
Yeah.
And so, I don't have any symptoms of that. I didn't know I had them. It's just
Right.
they found them on the ultrasound. And so I'll make some changes in my diet for a while and see if we can
Probably
correct
can
that.
absorb those, possibly.
Yeah, I think you can dissolve them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, so let me see what else we have here. Why do you think, and this is just maybe a rhetorical question, but why do you think that we have become so conditioned to, no one bats an eye when we eat a McDonald's big thing of food in our society today, but if someone sits down to a plate of a steak and eggs and healthy cheese, the world crumbles? Why do you think, what's happened to our mentality?
Yeah, well, I think that for decades now we've been told a lie that that what was healthy was not actually healthy. That food pyramid
It's horrible.
was junk,
Yes,
totally wrong.
yes.
And I think that I don't want to sound like a conspiracy person, but I do believe that corporations and marketing influenced how people ate. They could sell more of their product, and and I think that like snacks. You don't need a snack. A snack is a meal,
Right.
and so quit snacking. Quit. But the way we eat today is a construct of what we've been marketed to. I really believe that's where it comes down to. Fast food marketing, breakfast cereals. I mean, we all know the jingles. We all know the song, and we
Yes.
grew up that way.
Yes.
And we were told that an egg would kill you.
Yes,
An
we
egg
were.
will kill you.
Bacon grease would kill you.
Yeah.
All that.
And it just wasn't true.
No.
It was actually the opposite was
And
true.
it's really hard to change minds right now. I mean, it's hard to say.
And so I don't try to change anybody's mind. I just do what I do, and people like you come and say, "What are you doing?" And I just tell them, I'm just cutting the carbs.
And then I take it to the next level and go, I'm gonna video this.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing. It's worked for me, and nothing for 10 years. Chris, I have fought 10 years. I don't know if you noticed me, but on stage I'd put more clothes on and then some more clothes on. I kept thinking I was hiding it. I was just getting bigger and